but I'll be back. I work on community engagement on clean air policy, as well as educating about our health and the air pollution in the communities that we are pushed to live in. And I work with Moms Clean Air Force, Eco Madres, in partnership with local communities like Cotabando, who have been leading the community air monitoring project. And we advocate for public health and environment, and really educating about the air that we breathe has a lot to do with the environment that we're in. And Moms Clean Air Force, we advocate for clean air policy at the federal level, as well as the local level, advancing environmental justice for our communities to take action and to share your story, because we're impacted in multiple ways where we don't realize that our health has a lot to do with the communities that we're living in. And a lot of our communities are pushed to live and redlined and gentrified to live in polluting areas where the highways are located, as well as like industries like Suncor Refinery, as well as the many other waste areas in North Denver. So a lot of our working families have been pushed in these same areas. And not only when you leave the reservations, you're also pushed to live in these same redline, gentrified communities that are known to pollute our communities and our environment. And places like Suncor Refinery has continually violated our health guidelines and have violated our clean air policies, to where community members are suffering from asthma, heart disease, stroke, cancer, leukemia, diabetes, as well as premature death and mental illness, as well as adverse birth outcomes, which is a topic that we don't really speak about. And with Moms Clean Air Force, we've been continually advocating for environmental justice funding to come to our communities to advance environmental justice, like the Inflation Reduction Act that we just saw has brought funding to our communities here in Colorado that has helped organizations like Cotabando to lead community air monitoring projects, as well as at the federal level, we've been advocating for tribal governments that are working on tribal air and climate change in their communities. We've been advocating for robust funding for tribes to work on continually advocating for cleaner environments and cleaning up our air and water, and to have those subsistent living for our next generations, and to support these programs that are bringing indigenous knowledge to the food system. Food sovereignty is one of those things that a lot of tribal communities are worried about, and as well as the air that we're breathing. So that's why we continue to advocate for robust funding for our tribes, as well as advocating for environmental justice funding to go to organizations like Cotabando, where Olga can speak more about the work that they're leading on these environmental justice programs that have been brought to the community. And if you would like to sign up and find out more information, my booth is over here under Moms Clean Air Force Eco Madres. And unfortunately, I just gotta go for a quick moment, but I can have more of a discussion when I come back. I'll be back in an hour. And I will hand it off to my good friend Olga Gonzalez, who works with Cotabando.
Yay!
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay? I know it's kind of hard to hear sometimes, but yes, my name is Olga Gonzalez. My people are Yaqui and Otomi. I'm very happy to be here with all of you and see some familiar faces. I know we're talking a lot about the issue of environmental justice, and it might mean different things to different people. How many of you know or have thought of environmental justice, or how our earth is being affected by pollutants and things like that? Yes. So At Cultivando, I'll tell you the backstory. We are working also in the most polluted zip code in the entire country, 80216. That's the Swansea community, close to Commerce City. Commerce City is also home to the Suncor Oil Refinery, which is a Canadian-based multi-billion-dollar company that is also digging in traditional lands of the original people up in Canada. And so they've been in Commerce City for nearly 100 years. The pollution that's coming out is extremely harmful to the health of our people, of our community. We have children with nosebleeds and headaches and breathing problems and even cancer. And so the government has not been listening to our community. The community has asked us to do independent air monitoring of the refinery, because before that they were monitoring themselves, and it's dangerous to monitor yourself because you'll say everything is okay, right? No problem. And so Suncor will pollute the air, and the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment might give them some kind of a fine, which is really a small slap in the wrist, and they continue to operate the way that they always do, and they harm our community. The other part of that is that the air permits that are in place right now were given to Suncor almost 100 years ago. The community is very different now. We know more about health outcomes now. Just like you remember, there was a time where our mothers or grandmothers were told you could smoke when you were pregnant and that was okay and it wouldn't harm the baby. And now we know better, so we do better. Well, those things have not been updated when it comes to the air permits. And so they're legally allowed to poison our community every single day. So we're fighting to get the Governor Polis, the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, and our elected officials to join us and change those permits to include how it's affecting our health. And so that has not been done. And we're also doing a lot of community education around environmental justice and the impacts on people's, not just their physical health, but their mental health. And so if there's ever been a time for all of us to get involved in environmental justice issues, this is the time, this is now. It's like our community member Lucy Molina says, we only have one planet. There is no planet B to go to. This is it. This is the Earth. This is our mother. We're talking about Earth Day. So we have to take care of her or we're not going to survive. And so this is affecting the air, the soil, the water, and the pollution that comes out of the refinery can extend out to a radius of 10 miles. So even if you don't live there, it's affecting you. There's people in Cherry Creek that have no idea they're breathing in toxic air. And so we all need to get involved. We all need to care. We need everyone to join our efforts. We do have a table over here to the right of me where we have a petition that you can sign on to send a loud message to the Department of Public Health and Environment that we want them to do their job. They're supposed to protect the public health and they're not doing that. So either they need to do it or they need to change their name because they're definitely not protecting our health right now. And so we need all of us to speak up and hold them accountable. So we'll be available for the rest of the day. If you have any questions, please come join us, sign our petition. It's something easy you can do. Talk to your legislators, send letters to Governor Polis. We'll have a lot more actions to involve the community. And so sign up also to our email to get updates and visit our Facebook page and all of that. So we have that information. Thank you very much for your time and attention. And I think there might be another speaker coming up. Thank you.
Okay. Move what? What are we doing? Oh. All right. Okay.